Hello. Welcome to Tosh of All Trades, where I show you just essentially my life in a van. One of the biggest questions I keep getting is, how do you stay safe in the van as a single female? As a human being, here are a few safety tips that I've picked up through life. And it hasn't been something that's necessarily that I learned once I was in the van. I'm still getting the hang of things in the van. But so far, the things that I've learned throughout my 30 years of life has really come in handy. Plus, I'm an EMT, and I feel like when you work in the 911 response system, you just kind of pick up vibes of people, of things, of places where you're like, maybe I shouldn't be here. I'ma go. Let me impart my wisdom and knowledge to you all. Okay, step number 1 to being safe: confidence is key. If you don't have confidence, people can tell pretty early on. And I'm not just talking like people, because it's very rare that like you go through life looking at someone saying, oh, that person's confident. It's more like predators look for people who are timid and people who don't seem like they're sure of themselves or their existence or where they're going. They might be either timid to someone approaching them, or they might just like walk in the parking lot head down, just like not looking around, not being aware of their safety. And that's something that predators look for. So even if you don't feel confident, it's important to act confident. When you're out and about, put your head up and your shoulders back and walk like there's a beautiful reason to be alive today. Things that I definitely do. I learned this in another country, by the way, where I did get stalked. It is possible to be confident and still get stalked. And I got stalked in another country, and that is also another story for another day. But something I picked up was little things like, oh, you're walking, reach down, tie your shoelace, and kind of look around and identify who you think is following you. A pattern you can do is to go in a circle 3 times, like not like spinning in a circle, but like make a little route and walk around once and make sure it's around people, and then walk around again, and then another time. And if they're still following you, it's at that point that you might want to turn around and address that person. That's where you take out your camera and you take a picture and you walk up and you say, hey, why are you following me? That's creepy and not good, and you should stop because I took your picture. And then this is where my favorite thing is where you become the stalker. People have a fear of getting caught. And I will definitely say, if someone is stalking you, it's time to turn around and give them a little bit of it back. Unless, of course, they lead you to the car and try to throw you in. The only time I would ever recommend getting in a car is if you are checking out someone's awesome van. Of course. No, but in all seriousness, that's my first tip, is identify who you think is following you, and then make sure, because you don't want to falsely accuse someone who's just literally shopping for the same grocery items that you are because they have good taste. The other thing is know your surroundings. And this is something I learned a lot in EMT school, actually. We are taught to be aware of our scenario. Scene safety is very important. So keep an eye out. Something that even my mom taught me was like, if, for example, like if you're renting a place, you're gonna go scout out where you're gonna park or whatever it is. There's multiple reasons why you can use this, but go in the morning and then go again at night and see what the morning is, what type of people are walking around. We'll let that car pass. Okay, and then see what it's like at night. And identify the people that are walking around and if they seem like they are safe, type of people that you'd want to be around. You can obviously tell if a neighborhood is well kept, and if it's nice, that might be a safer place to park overnight than a place that's trashy and has a lot of graffiti. Well, you know, people are walking through there at night to graffiti it up where they won't be caught. So that's just my first and foremost. Other than that, to be honest, I picked up a few things from other people. Like I used to have a decal on the side of my van that said like my YouTube channel and my Instagram name, and I took it down because that's like advertising for people, which is like, I guess why I put it up. I was like, oh, maybe people will see me and be like, oh, what's this person about? And then I realized it's also advertising what's in my van. So I took that down and I learned that from some other van lifers. So shout outs to you guys, because you guys are awesome about sharing your safety tips. The other thing is don't live life in fear. Like a lot of the fears we have are just that, they're just fears. They're things in our head that we think will happen based off of maybe 0.1% of people that it's happened to. And so we assume that maybe it's gonna happen 50 or 90 or 80% of the time. We don't make safe decisions because we are afraid, or we never get out there and live our lives because we're afraid. But truthfully, if there are a lot of good people in the world, there's a lot of people who will look out for you. I know that if I see a young lady in a parking lot that seems a little sketchy, like if I go to the beach somewhere and it doesn't seem like a safe spot and I see a girl in her car getting ready to take off, I'll wait until she's leaving and then I'll leave too. You know, just kind of like look out for a sister. A few like extra things that you can do. I know people have suggested tasers or concealed carry. Those are also options that you can look into if you are comfortable with those things. And if you are comfortable with those things, make sure you get training on how to use them so you don't have any type of weird accident or you are responsible for someone else's injury that unfortunately like wasn't coming for you. So I tend to park in the country, out in the middle of nowhere a lot, or at family's house if I'm in the city. So I'm not too worried about my safety because I'm always close by family. I have 911 in my back pocket, like literally. And then out in the middle of nowhere, my biggest concern for my van is probably going to be a bear. So at that point, that's all about food safety and making sure that you have things that animals are going to come in your van and try to like rip the door off to try to get in there and eat. So if you like this video on safety, and if you have questions or if you have tips, throw them in the comments, first of all, because we all need to help each other out. And then second of all, if you like this type of thing, sign up, because I'm sure I will have more wisdom to impart to you guys. So like, comment, subscribe, help a girl out. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching.